Wait, what?
This is the Volkswagen Taigun.
We're on the left side of the car where the steering wheel should be, but it is over there. It's a new compact SUV from Volkswagen. Unfortunately, it's only available in Europe and Asia, not in the United States. But we have this one here. We can take a test drive.
So should we take a test drive?
It's kind of a tall order, but we did it. So the interior of the Taigun looks really familiar, except for that it's sort of a mirror image of what you expect in a regular car, regular Tiguan or a Taos. It's a little flipped, but you do have the modern logo here on the steering wheel. You have the steering wheel controls that you're used to having. We have a very nice infotainment system. We have the digital cockpit driver information screen. And then something that I've never seen in the American version is this, and that is the wireless charge pad that actually has little guidance frame for it, so it won't slide around there, and it's not reliant on gravity or something else, so it doesn't take up a ton of space, and it really is just a nice little cubby. It's got two kind of small cup holders here, a hand brake here, so you have to let that down in order to drive, and then, but check this out. So the gear pattern, it is down and over to the left all the way to get reverse, which you can see the reverse here, and then first gear is way over here. So it's very strange shifting gears with my left hand. Another strange thing, looking over my left shoulder all the time. I'm used to looking right. I look right a lot less in the right hand drive. So let's go for a ride. We're on Angeles Crest Drive, and that is highway, Angeles Crest Highway, one of the funner roads in Southern California, and one that it's a Sunday, so there are lots of cars out here today, and lots of fancy cars, Porsches and Lamborghinis, and you name it. If they're a fancy car, they're out here today. So it's kind of a fun day to be out here on the road. One thing that is unusual about driving a right-hand drive is that I have to really stick to the right of the road, like really stick towards the curb. I'm used to being, as the driver, centered on the center line of the road. Can't do that in this car, because then I would have an accident. Someone else would clip me coming head on. So not a great thing. It's so weird to be so close to the side of the road, but something I'm getting used to. And if you're driving this car in a country where they drive on the left, right-hand drive, but you drive on the left, you're still centered on the center line. So it's not the experience that I'm having here today in California. This is very unusual. But let me ask you this. Why would it be interesting, or maybe even valuable, for you to have experience driving a right-hand drive car first and a right-hand drive manual car? Well, if you decide that you are going on vacation in the Caribbean, guess what you're going to get at the rental car counter? You're probably going to get a small car that has a right-hand drive and a stick shift, because that's what they put in those fleets. So, and then think about other places you might go. Think about Asia, or think about many places in Europe where they still drive, or Japan, drive with the cars are all right-hand drives, and many of them are manuals. Those are the places where you still find a lot of manual cars. And so if you don't really have a lot of choices in your rental cars, and you want to go where you want to go, you're going to have to drive the car they give you. So it was really interesting to get out of my comfort zone and drive this car, and learn to drive I already know how to drive a manual, but really learn to get my bearings driving a manual that is sort of the opposite of what I'm used to in the Volkswagen. So do you hear that annoying beeping sound? Well, that is called a speed limiter, and it is something that is required equipment in India. And since this car was spec'd for India, it has it. And guess what? You cannot turn it off. And so what happens is it reads the speed limit sign, and then when you are going over, significantly over the speed limit, it starts beeping at you, and it beeps at you until you reduce your speed. So on the one hand, truly annoying and something I don't love, but on the other hand, think about how millions of people's bad driving habits can be improved by an annoying beeping sound. So the evil geniuses at Volkswagen and the Indian government are probably to thank for saving some lives.